Hey tribe, Sally here. Hope you're having an amazing and fascinating day. I know I am. Welcome back to my tiny RV kitchen. We're cooking. What are we cooking today? We'll get to that in a minute. First of all, thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate you taking your time to watch my videos. And I've been doing a lot of cooking lately. I'm trying to get it fed out to you guys as fast as I can because I've been doing what I think is some interesting stuff. And I hope you do too. Let's make the microwave stop blinking. There, that's better. So today we're making barbecue beans in the Instant Pot. So we're gonna roll the intro, flip the camera around, and we'll get started on this right away.
Wake up with the sun in our eyes. Sally forth, no need for goodbyes. Journey calls, let's roll the dice. Every mile a new surprise.
I actually got started before I decided to share this with you guys. So I just turned the Instant Pot on to saute. I added a 1/4 cup of water. I've got a diced small onion going in there now, and we're gonna just let that saute for about 4 or 5 minutes, soften it up a bit. I need to get a implement to stir with. This will do. And then I need to pick up the piece of onion that I just dropped on the floor. So if you haven't seen this before, this is my awesome full star chopper. I love this thing. Uh-oh. I guess I'm going to have to sweep the floor when I get done here because I don't see where that went. So there's that. We're going to chop up this bell pepper here. We're starting with navy beans. We're going to use the full pound of them. That's my garbage. I'll get rid of that in a minute. I'm going to go ahead and get the seasonings together into one of those small cups that you know I like to use, and I'll show you what we got going on there. So our seasoning cup is fairly full here. We've got about a teaspoon each of onion powder and garlic powder, 2 teaspoons of smoked paprika. What else did I put in here? I can't even remember. About a teaspoon of salt, about a teaspoon of pepper, about 3/4 of a tablespoon of dry mustard. And we're going to put the lid on and shake that up so it gets mixed together. And then we're going to go ahead and add that in to our softened onions. Look at that. I love these little things. I think it makes an awesome way to be able to do this. So we're going to add those in. We got to sort through our beans just a little bit, make sure we don't have any stones or anything nasty in there. And then we're going to get this whole thing put together. It's pretty simple. Yeah, so let's do that. Okay, I can't show this on camera because it needs 2 hands, but the way that I sort my beans is I just pour them slowly into the colander looking for anything that looks amiss. I pulled out 2 things. I don't think they were stones. I think they were just less desirable looking beans. I got my 4 cups of water in my jar ready to go. And as you can see, we've got some of our seasoning stuck to the bottom, and I think I forgot to mention I added about a teaspoon of Hatch green chili powder. You can also add a diced jalapeno pepper would be good, but you know, I'm always working with what I have, so substitutions are always okay. And I'm doing the water first because I want to get all of my seasoning stirred into the water now, and hopefully get this scraped up off the bottom because I let it go a little longer than I intended. So we're going to turn that back on to saute for a moment. And this is a no-soak recipe. So normally I would soak these beans anyway, but I happen to be camping with some friends, and we have an outing we want to go on today, so I wanted to speed the process up a little bit in terms of how much attention it needs from me. And I'm going to do the no-soak method, which will be fine because they're cooking under pressure, so they'll still be pretty good for you. All right, so what do we got next? We need some apple cider vinegar and some tomato paste. I got to get that can open. Got to get our beans in and some blackstrap molasses and maybe some maple syrup. Stand by. All right, this is the end of the ingredients. We need I'm using less sugar than the original recipe I started with calls for. So I got about 2 tablespoons of maple syrup and about 3 tablespoons of blackstrap molasses. We're getting that in. I'm going to need my scraper to get that out of there though. And then we're going to use a 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. And we're going just over because I like things kind of tart. So that goes in. And we got one more two-handed thing here. So you can use the whole can of tomato paste, but really I'm going to use about 2/3 of it, I think, because I don't like my beans to be super tomatoey. I want the flavor, but I don't want it to be like I'm having tomato sauce. So let me dig that out and throw it in, and I'll show you what I'm leaving behind, and then the beans go in, and the lid goes on, and we're done. All right, I probably used a little more than 2/3 of the can of tomato juice, or tomato paste, but that's okay. So we're going to get that stirred in. I think these are going to be pretty fantastic. Hope so, because I'm serving them to guests. And a couple of bay leaves. I'm putting in 3 small ones. And then we're going to add in our beans. See if I can do this without splashing myself. Yeah, just like that. Make sure that tomato paste is all the way stirred in. Liking the color. All right, let's get the lid on. And these are going to cook for 75 minutes. So we're going to do pressure cook. Got a little ways to go here. Oops. Oh no, I'm right. Hour and 15 minutes. There we go. And we're going to keep warm off because I don't want them to continue to thicken up until I get a chance to look at them. And they'll keep warm in the pot for quite a long time anyway. All right. And I always like to share my tips and tricks with you. So here's my sink strainer hack. It's a little sock that goes over the sink strainer. I don't think I can do it left-handed. Let's see if I can do it right-handed. There we go. So we're going to take that off. And it's collected all of the stuff that might otherwise, focus, have gone down the drain. And if you look at the drain, you can see it's all clean. So I am loving these things. They were super cheap on Amazon. I think they were like $8 for 400 or something. So I'm going to put another one in. Our beans just clicked over to start their cooking cycle. So we got an hour and 15 minutes to go. Hey tribe, Future Sally here. When I filmed this, I was in Fort Stevens in the northwest corner of Oregon. Great place. You really should go there at some point if you get the opportunity. I always enjoy it when I get to go visit. But now I am in South Dakota. I'm actually near Custer at the moment. I've been enjoying my travels with my friend who is also a channel member, Barb, and we have just been seeing amazing stuff. You're going to see videos on that coming up, hopefully in the not too distant future, because I'm still pretty far behind, obviously. You're going to be seeing this video probably on Saturday, I think, like the 26th of July, and it was filmed back at the end of May. So there's that. Anyway, I wanted to hop in here because I realized I got sidetracked. I was busy. And I didn't film the end of the bean cooking cycle for you. I didn't show you the tasty beans when they were all done. But I am here to tell you that I served them to, we had, 6, 7, 8 people there at camp. Everybody loved them, and I didn't get to have leftovers. So this is a really good baked bean recipe. You might want to give it a try. This lighting is super, super funky. Clouds are passing around and the sun's beaming down. It kind of looks like I've got a halo on my head. I don't know. Sorry. Best I can do. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please do consider becoming a channel member. Here's a list of all the ones that already have. Maybe you'd like to join the list. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.